too long to pronounce, so we called him Joe. And halfway through our first season, Phil Carrick turned to me and Joe and said, "You two will play Test cricket against each other." And we both fell about on the floor. I was 17, just come from the third team. Joe had just come over from India, he was learning how to his trade. And he said, "You play Test cricket against each other." And we just peed ourselves laughing, thought nothing more of it. And throughout that year, he did so much work with us. Joe went on and broke the league record for scoring most runs in a season. The wickets, also the league wicket record also got broken by Joe. Phil Carrick bet me a fiver that I couldn't get a date with a gorgeous blonde that was walking around the ground. And he also asked me what I was doing during the winter. And I said, "Well, I've just finished my A-levels, I'm going to take a year out." He said, "That's good. Do you fancy going over to South Africa and playing cricket for a team in Johannesburg? I've got a friend over there called Richard Lung." I said, "Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to go over and play in a foreign country as the overseas professional. And I'd love to go to Joburg." The only problem was I'd never been further away from Scarborough from my mum and dad. I'd never been on a plane before, and 6 months away from my parents seemed very daunting indeed. But I went, and I got met by Richard Lung, and he took me to the Wanderers Cricket Club. Didn't take me home to where I was going to be staying to settle me in. He went straight to the Wanderers Cricket Club, and he bought me my first beer. And that is how South Africa sort of went. They drink like fishes, but they play very hard. And on the Friday before my first game, the lads came around to give me my initiation. I thought that's a bit silly on a Friday when we got a game Saturday, Sunday. But they took me out on a Friday and we went to the Randburg waterfront. And the Randburg waterfront is a lake with a load of restaurants and bars around it. And my challenge was we had to have a drink in every single establishment that sold alcohol. So I thought, okay, we can do that. So we got around the lake, and at the end of it, I've thrown it twice. And I thought, fantastic, I've done it on one of the lads. They said, "No, we're off to the nightclub now." So they got into the car, and we started driving to the nightclub. And this was in 1995. There was no such thing as drink driving over in Johannesburg, but if there was, you slipped the coppers a 50-rand note and they let you off. So we were all pie-eyed in this blue beat-up Mazda, and we were driving to the nightclub, and we stopped at these traffic lights. And Bruce, who was driving, got out and started running around the car. I'm thinking, what's happening here? The passenger got up and started running around the car. The backseat guy got out, and Hoggy, get out and run around the car. So I'm running around this car thinking, what the frick's happening? And as soon as the traffic lights turned to green, whoever was closest to the driver's seat had to jump in the car and set off. The first 2 times was alright, because I was absolutely nowhere near it. The third time, in the car, I got and didn't know where we were going. Somehow I survived, and we had a drink in the nightclub, and I got home at some point, and we got, on a Saturday, we were playing cricket, as I said, and we played cricket Saturday, Sunday, and on Saturday you started at 12 o'clock, you had an innings, and then on Sunday you started at 9 o'clock in the morning, you finished off the innings that you started on a Saturday, and then the other team got to bat the rest of Sunday. And on Saturday morning, they picked me up after I'd thrown up twice. I got to the cricket club, and I ran around the field, and I threw up twice. We lost a toss and we had to bowl, and during the day I threw up 4 times on the boundary at lunch. It wasn't good. And then on Sunday I was so knackered and feeling so hungover that after the game all I wanted to do was go home and crawl into my bed and sleep for the week. At the end of the game on the Sunday, we got into the changing rooms, I sat down, we'd won, I'd taken a few wickets, I thought, yes, this is alright. Then there was on the dressing room door, and in come the opposition with 2 crates of beer. And we had our fines meeting. And the opposition come in and you have the fines meeting. Anybody that does anything stupid has to down a beer. Anything that happened, you just down beer, basically for downing beer's sake. Being the POM and the debutant for the cricket club, I got death. And death meant that every 5 minutes, some silly bar stool in the corner was on the stopwatch, went cuckoo, cuckoo, and I had to finish whatever was in my beer bottle. Again, I threw up. And that was basically how South Africa went. I drunk too much, but I played in a team that had 5 provincial players, and we won the league.